Best of luck then, Dave. 20.65 seconds is the time to remain on the course. Your time begins now.
Dave Perry. Remember him? It seems many of us do, but if you're in need of a refresher or even an introduction to the self-proclaimed games animal, then he was best known in the 1990s for being a regular panellist, commentator and expert on Ace UK TV show GamesMaster. Resplendent in his trademark leather trousers and bandana. Unfortunately for him, he and his entire career became known for one moment only, the Super Mario 64 ice slide incident. To sum up, on the 1996 Christmas episode of GamesMaster, the final challenge in a competition between Dave and fellow GamesMaster regular Kirk Ewing was a race down the ice slide of Cool Mountain in the then unreleased in the UK Super Mario 64. First up was Kirk, who lasted 20 seconds on the slide before Mario went tumbling off the side into the black void below. A rotten time, Kirk would go on to describe his attempt. Next up was Dave Perry, who got off to a stuttering start, slowly making his way down the first straight before losing all momentum and falling off at the first corner. He was not happy. And I'll let 1996 Dave tell you in his own words.
Now, you have actually said on the show you are the greatest games player in Britain. What happened? What went wrong?
Well, I think I've been set up fairly badly here today.
Right. And in particular, what reason?
I think having a final game where one player owns the game in the machine and one player isn't in the interests of fair play.
Okay then, so what you're saying, Dave, is the biggest game of this year. You haven't played much.
It's not released till next year. I'll play it next year when it's released in this country.
Okay, you are a journalist. We can get it on import.
Not a journalist, I'm a marketing manager.
Right, okay then, and you don't have a book coming out about, you know, games or anything like that, no?
About beat-em-ups.
About beat-em-up games. So we're not seeing sour grapes at all here, Dave, is what you're trying to say.
No, we're not. We're seeing somebody just saying he's been set up.
Okay then, and on that bombshell!
Alright, so that was 1996, and a moment that's been mainly forgotten until someone mentions it again, and then anyone old enough to remember it can have a giggle about it for 5 minutes before getting on with their lives. Dave himself? Well, he didn't disappear as such. There was no mystery as to his whereabouts. He became a tattoo artist, but he's mainly been quiet ever since. Well, why bring it up now then, Tom? Well, simply put, I was reminded of it because Dave has started his own YouTube channel called Games Animal Television. Ostensibly a retro games show which I think I could describe as charmingly filmed in sub-HD 480p resolution, and not so charmingly featuring a song at the end about bikini babes with shots focusing on said babes' tits and arse, for no other reason than revelling in 90s style sexism it seems. Yeah. But more relevant to this video is that Dave discusses the Super Mario 64 incident himself, and so I'm not misrepresenting him in any way. I'll let 2018 Dave tell you in his own words.
This game, Mario 64. I hate it. I've been trolled for 20 years because of a TV show I went on, which I still to this day believe was fixed. You need to watch the whole show, not just the sulk at the end. But I did throw a hissy fit at the end out of sheer anger and frustration because I knew I'd been set up to fail on that show, just so people could watch me lose because they couldn't beat me fairly. Anyway, from that moment on, I vowed never to play this game again. Okay.
Anyway, the point of this video is something I've had on my mind ever since I saw that episode of GamesMaster back in '96. Something I rarely see anyone mention, but has been bugging me every time this clip was mentioned since then. Was Dave playing conservatively in order to last longer than the paltry 20 seconds, only for it to blow up in his face? Was he trying for a shortcut? A shortcut that would have seen Mario drop down onto a lower level, cutting out a significant chunk of the slide in a spectacular move that would have cemented his legacy as an elite games player on national TV. A move that would be right up the games animals alley, showing up Dominic Diamond and his good friend Kirk Ewing as they owned the game and he didn't, and they were trying to set him up to fail. Even as a 16-year-old with no access to the internet at the time, I knew about the shortcut. Super Mario 64 had already been out in Japan for a while, and many of its secrets had already featured in magazines available within the UK, such as the show's sister magazine GamesMaster. It was through one of these mags, I forget which one exactly, that I knew about the shortcut. Now, I'm not saying that it's definitive proof that Dave knew about the shortcut or anything like that, just that it's in the realm of possibility that he was actually aware of it, professional that he is, and was. Okay. So let me demonstrate this shortcut myself. I'm emulating the game here, but this is not tool assisted. And Here you see me head down the first straight and you just... Okay, try again. You just... You just fall off at this point, landing on the slide below and carrying on to the finish. Easy! Now, while the internet existed in 1996, I don't need to tell you that it was a very different beast. YouTube was pretty much sci-fi at that point. Video was limited, so a clear guide on where and how to fall on the slide would have been difficult to come across. So does this mean that Dave, knowing about the shortcut, but not having the game or console to practice the move, and with only vague instructions to go on, decided to shoot for the moon, but fell into the void instead? In the argument against this, we can say that in the GamesMaster video, Dave clearly takes Mario around the corner, past the point where you're meant to fall off, and in trying to slow down, possibly in an attempt to outlast Kirk's 20 seconds, loses control and merely slides off the side and right into a big sulk. So, which is it? I can't say. And even if I could ask Dave, and it was true, there's no guarantee he would admit it. So while we may never know the truth for sure, all I can say with some certainty is that Dave Perry is still bitter about the whole thing. Alright, enough of my nonsense now. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you very much. The only other thing I can ask of you is perhaps give this video a like there with the thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Alright, take care of yourselves and I'll see you later. Bye now.